Oh, shit. Here we go again.
That's LeBron during the Mafia-thon thing that Kai Cenat and those guys are doing, right?
Yeah.
Looked pretty good. Looked pretty healthy to me right there.
He did.
Yeah, right. Remember when he put out his own video of him working out with like 125 pounds on the barbell, doing squats and whatnot? And he's in great shape, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, he did the big Hennessy reveal. Looked great, walking to the chair, drinking some Hennessy.
That had been recorded.
Well, it looked fantastic.
Yeah.
So it comes out yesterday that LeBron James is out for 3 or 4 weeks minimum.
Yeah.
Will miss the start of this NBA season because he has sciatica.
LeBron James was dancing. And I'm not talking about some casual two-step. This was full-blown energy. Arms in the air, moving freely, completely in the moment. The video went viral because LeBron looked phenomenal. He looked healthy, strong, like someone in their athletic prime. Then, exactly 1 week later, he announced he had sciatica and would be sidelined for 3 to 4 weeks minimum, missing the start of the season. His lower back condition was supposedly so severe he couldn't step on the court. When that announcement dropped, the reaction was immediate. Wait, what? Here's the issue. Sciatica doesn't just appear overnight in a professional athlete. It doesn't develop between a viral dance video and opening night. Sciatica is typically a chronic condition, usually associated with older individuals or people with specific underlying health problems, not someone whose career depends on maintaining elite physical conditioning. So, naturally, the internet started asking hard questions. Questions about whether this injury was even legitimate. Questions about what LeBron might actually be doing during this time off. And one of those questions spiraled into a full-blown conspiracy theory that people are still debating months later. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we break down the most controversial moments in sports and uncover the stories mainstream media won't touch. Today, we're diving into one of the wildest theories about LeBron James, one that actually had credible people on national television discussing it openly. The timing doesn't add up. Here's what we know as fact. LeBron appeared on a Twitch stream hosted by Kai Cenat. Thousands watched him in real time. He was moving effortlessly, dancing, looking fantastic. Then, just days later, the Lakers announced LeBron had sciatica and would be out indefinitely. If you've experienced back pain, you know how suddenly sciatica can strike. So technically, yes, it's possible LeBron went from healthy to debilitating pain within days. But here's where people connected the dots. LeBron had been posting serious workout videos, squats with heavy loads, explosive movements. He looked powerful, like someone in peak condition training hard for the season. Then, suddenly, sciatica. Out for weeks. Some media personalities weren't buying it. They pointed out LeBron has an established pattern of taking time off right before the season begins, before playoffs, or during less important stretches. When he returns, he consistently looks completely rejuvenated, like he's shed years off his body. That's when one sports analyst took things to a shocking place. The conspiracy theory nobody saw coming. Former television analyst went on air and essentially said this: LeBron James is faking this injury for a very specific reason. According to this theory, LeBron isn't injured at all. He's taking time off to travel to Europe, where he's allegedly undergoing treatments and procedures that aren't available or aren't illegal in the United States. Treatments that could enhance his physical capabilities in ways that cross ethical and legal boundaries. The analyst didn't explicitly accuse LeBron of using banned substances. He said he wouldn't be surprised if that's what was happening. He pointed out the timeline made no sense, the sciatica diagnosis seemed to come from nowhere, and it would be convenient if LeBron returned looking somehow stronger and more explosive than before. Here's what made this theory explode. It wasn't completely far-fetched. This actually happens in professional sports. Athletes do travel to other countries for specialized treatments. The key question is always whether those treatments fall within legal boundaries. The analyst specifically invoked Kobe Bryant's name. He mentioned Kobe had traveled to Germany for treatment, leaving it deliberately ambiguous whether we're talking about legal recovery therapy or something else entirely. That ambiguity set social media on fire. The Kobe comparison that nobody understands.
He went for a type of PRP treatment that wasn't FDA approved in the United States at the time. It's called orthokine therapy. Here's how it actually works. They take blood from your body. They heat that blood to a specific temperature. That heating process triggers the release of natural anti-inflammatory proteins. Then, they inject that blood product back into your injured area, your knee, your ankle, whatever needs treatment. This is important. It's using your own blood, something that's already inside your body. They're not putting anything foreign into your system. They're not introducing any external substance. It's your own biological material being used.
Whenever this theory surfaces, LeBron's defenders immediately argue, well, Kobe went to Germany too. They're correct. Kobe did make multiple trips to Germany, but here's what most people don't understand about what Kobe actually did there. Kobe traveled to Germany for PRP therapy, specifically orthokine therapy, a type not FDA approved in the United States at that time. Here's how it works. Doctors extract your blood, heat it to a precise temperature, triggering natural anti-inflammatory proteins, then re-inject it into your injured area. This is crucial. The treatment uses your own blood. No foreign substances, no external chemicals. Purely your own biological material for healing. Most importantly, PRP therapy is completely legal in the NBA. The League, Players Association, and World Anti-Doping Agency all recognize it as legitimate medical treatment. It's not performance-enhancing, it's recovery-based. So when people say Kobe went to Germany, they mean Kobe got a legal medical procedure not yet available domestically. That's massively different from what the conspiracy theory suggests about LeBron. If this were simply about LeBron getting PRP treatment, nobody would care. That wouldn't be controversial. But that's not what was being insinuated. The elephant in the room, EPO. The conspiracy theory wasn't about recovery treatments. It was about something far more serious, EPO. EPO stands for erythropoietin, a hormone your body produces that stimulates red blood cell production. More red blood cells means more oxygen to muscles, which means greater stamina and higher performance for longer periods. That's why EPO is banned in professional sports. It's one of the most notorious performance-enhancing drugs in the world, famously used in cycling and distance running. It provides an unfair competitive advantage that's extremely difficult to detect through standard testing. The theory suggested LeBron might be traveling to Europe specifically to use EPO or similar banned substances. Consider how serious that accusation is. The analyst was saying, I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron is doing this, leaving the door open while clearly indicating his suspicions. And here's why people took it seriously. LeBron's sustained athleticism at his age defies normal logic. He's in his early 40s. Athletes typically don't maintain his level of explosiveness, endurance, and consistency as they age. It's physiologically uncommon. That doesn't mean he's definitely using anything prohibited. It just means the question inevitably gets asked. The history of strategic absences. To understand why this conspiracy gained traction, examine LeBron's pattern of absences throughout his career. LeBron has an established history of taking time off at strategically advantageous moments, right before playoff runs, before season openers, during meaningless regular season stretches. And every time he returns, he looks completely refreshed, not just well-rested, physically transformed. Most athletes don't exhibit that pattern. Most play through injuries or take random time off when necessary. But LeBron's absences have always seemed deliberately timed. There was also a notable playoff incident years ago. LeBron claimed he had an MCL sprain so severe he almost didn't play in a crucial game. The media emphasized how serious this injury supposedly was. Then, literally the next day, video surfaced of LeBron dancing, genuinely dancing, with full range of motion. The kind of movement someone with a severe MCL sprain probably couldn't execute without significant pain. So when the sciatica announcement came, people remembered that incident. They remembered the pattern, the timing, and they started connecting dots. Why people believe this? The reason this theory resonated isn't really about LeBron specifically. It's about the broader reality of professional sports and performance-enhancing drugs. PEDs are real. They exist. They're used. We know athletes use substances to gain competitive advantages. We know testing systems have significant gaps. We know money and pressure create environments where people break rules. So when something seems off, when an athlete's performance or recovery seems statistically improbable, people's minds immediately go there. In LeBron's case, the evidence includes the sudden sciatica diagnosis, his healthy appearance days before, his history of strategic absences, and his seemingly impossible athleticism for his age, all of which allow him to return fresh for crucial season parts. None proves anything individually, but collectively, it creates a plausible narrative for many people. The counterargument. There's ageism embedded in this theory. The assumption is that because LeBron is in his early 40s, he shouldn't perform at his current level. Therefore, he must be using something to artificially enhance his abilities. But LeBron's sustained athleticism makes sense when you consider the full context. He's been meticulously maintaining his body since his teens. He reportedly spends over $1 million annually on recovery, training, and nutrition. He has access to the absolute best trainers, physicians, and facilities. He's genetically gifted and has competed at the highest level for nearly 2 decades. That combination can absolutely explain elite performance in his late 30s and early 40s. It doesn't require PEDs. It requires unprecedented dedication to his craft. That said, the sciatica diagnosis still doesn't quite make medical sense. It's an odd diagnosis for someone in his condition. That doesn't mean he's lying, it just means it's unusual, and unusual circumstances fuel conspiracy theories.
What we actually know. Let's separate facts from speculation. Facts. LeBron announced sciatica and would miss several weeks. He appeared healthy days before. He has a history of strategic absences. When he returns, he consistently looks remarkably refreshed. Speculation. He's faking the injury to travel to Europe. He's using performance-enhancing drugs. He's utilizing legal recovery treatments abroad. Reality? We don't know which speculations, if any, are accurate. The facts alone don't prove what LeBron actually did during his time away. The final word. We don't know what LeBron did during his absence. We don't know if sciatica was legitimate. We don't know if he traveled abroad or stayed home. We don't know if he used any treatments, legal or otherwise. The timing was suspicious. The diagnosis was unusual. The pattern raised questions. But asking questions isn't proving guilt. Speculation isn't truth. The conspiracy theory is compelling because it potentially explains things that don't add up. But it's still just theory, based on inference rather than verifiable fact. What we do know, LeBron came back looking great. He played at a high level. He contributed to his team's success. Whether he did something controversial or simply recovered naturally, the end result is identical. He played basketball. If you made it through this video, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Drop a comment below. Do you think there's something suspicious about LeBron's injury, or is he just recovering naturally? Let's have an actual conversation in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.